us to dance. Hallelujah.
Amen.
So, you see, I love music ministry myself. If there was anything else that I could have done in the church, it would have to be a music minister. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And with God's grace, I hope to. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen. You know, music ministry, it's more than what people see it to be. Hallelujah.
Amen.
There's a man called G. Craig Lewis. He explains it that it's about the intimacy between the soul and the spirit, between the messages that are quoted in words. Because remember, when I say I love you, it doesn't mean the same way when I say someone else. Hallelujah. The meaning is in what is quoted. Hallelujah. Why would hallelujah?
Amen.
Music in its form, it helps your spirit see. It helps your eyes see what exactly the song or the proverb or the psalm is trying to help your spirit see. Hallelujah. That's what the Bible says. In most cases, the Israelites, when they were happy, they would sing. When it says, we could not sing the songs of Zion. In a strange land, in a foreign land, we could not. Because you must understand that when we say Jehovah is your name. Dear Lord Jesus, we must go beyond that point of using words as a dictionary. Hallelujah. You know, the Bible says you must believe that Jesus is, and he was risen from the dead. And it says, if you believe that Jesus is Lord, you shall be saved. Hallelujah. In the study of scriptures, when people said Jesus is Lord, others got offended. Why would someone get offended when someone else says, what is Lord in suit? It's Morena. There are so many other Morenas out there, but when one was called Morena, people reacted a certain way. People had their hair curled. If I call you Morena and I call this one Morena, people don't react the same as I call this one. It's not in the words. It's not in the coded message that accompanies the words.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. That's why Jesus said, you see, you must understand that most of the things that Jesus was saying, they were said before. But sometimes when Jesus repeated the same things, people got offended. The coded message is revealed sometimes in the presence of the Holy Ghost, where there's the anointing of God to help you grasp the understanding. It's not in all cases where, in your study of scriptures, in your study of whatsoever, that you will fully comprehend the meaning without the inspiration of the Spirit. That's why in most cases, wherever Jesus was, people, when he was talking, there were those who were elected to hear because they were always with Jesus. You know, the Bible says, if you believe Jesus is Lord, it literally means, if you believe Jesus is Jehovah, there is no, okay, it's up for debate. Hallelujah. People who are pro in scholarly studies and all those things, they say Lord in the Old Testament must be translated Jehovah, but they don't dare to even mention it in the New Testament. Look in their Bibles. If they translated Lord in all the verses of the Old Testament Jehovah, when they got to the New Testament, they never translated Jehovah, because they knew it would say, if you believe Jesus is Jehovah, and that's precisely what they are fighting. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And you will never get the details of the message of the gospel without the inspiration of the Spirit. Hallelujah.
Amen.
sing these songs, it's not in the words or it's not in how it rhymes. I in most cases sing a lot alone because my voice sounds very peculiar to me. Not because I enjoy the way I sing, because sometimes when I would sing Jehovah is your name, I go beyond the meaning of the words as you know them. Hallelujah. We must go past that limitation of language. We must go past that boundary that was set by men, that if your mind was not trained in language, you'll never understand. That's what the Bible says. What shall I do then? I will sing in the spirit, and I will sing with the understanding also. Singing has to go beyond the singing of words to the singing of the spirit. I'm not necessarily in this case meaning singing in the spirit like singing in tongues. But when you sing, let the revelation of the message encoded go deep to your heart. If your singing ends by you singing hallelujah, hallelujah, it's useless. Look, that's what the Bible says. God is looking for all your labor that will remain, because not all of your labors will remain. The Bible says you will go past a testing point, and in that testing point all your labors will be tested. Even the good that are not supposed to remain will go. Only those that will remain you will be rewarded greatly for. Hallelujah. You see, it's not enough to make it for the race, but it is enough to make it on the race for a prize. That's what the Bible says. We are not merely running. That's why our singing is not merely singing. If your singing is still in that level where you just sing on your service, you see, you must understand that the Bible says there is the inner court. Look, in your mind and in your body, you are clouded. There's so many things that are clouding your body, that are clouding your mind. It is impossible for you to fully experience heaven. But the Bible says, in the outer court, and there's the inner court, and there's the most holy place, the Holy of Holies. Look, if your singing is still in words and in your dancing, you must understand, I don't dance like most of you dance. But my dancing is the best, not because I dance better than X. Because when I start to dance, I don't merely dance because the song rhythm. You might be dancing like this, I'll be dancing like this, because I'm not dancing to the rhythm played by the instrument. That was a window. I snuck in and I started to hear the sounds of heaven. When you dance like this, I dance like this because that's what I hear. When your life is so transcended beyond face value, you will never experience what we call true Christianity. You will say, you see that guy was preaching that day was exaggerated because you have not reached that point. Look, your body is a shell. In God's terms, it's your house. It's the only residential address God recognizes on earth. Your house in Fatherpay, your house in Everfield, your house in Mainrest, God does not merely recognize it as your physical address. Because God never gave you a house based in Fatherpay. He wanted you to go wherever He wanted you to go. He gave you one house, a mobile house, your body. If you were bound for America, you would take that house with you. Hallelujah. Amen. Your body is the carcass. That's what the Bible teaches us. That you are a custodian to God's property. Hallelujah. You are God's true custodian, caretaker for that body. Hallelujah. It says, in other words, you are the one patrolling the borders of that country. Hallelujah. You are the national guard. There's no one else. If you were to be sick, the first person to question is you. If you were not to be healed, the first person to question is you. Hence, even if you were to be sick so much that anointing is experienced in the greatest, the fine wheat. You see, you must understand that in the Lord's threshing floor, when you hallelujah. Let me not, dear Lord Jesus. Then the Bible says, in the outer court, there is a lot of activity. People are, you must understand that the money changers that Jesus chased out of the church, it was the same church who brought them in. Because there were two currencies. There was the currency, you must understand, God's activities was never going to depend on the economy of the country they were based. So there was going to be, that's why you must understand that in the study of scriptures, you must open your mind and your heart for learning. Not in the study of scripture so obscure that you want to get a revelation. Yes, all scriptures are God-breathed for teaching. Hallelujah. Amen. But is your spirit learning? Hallelujah. Amen. Most of you, it's not the first time you hear what I'm saying. Not from me, from many other people. But what's the difference between learning and training? Your own father, your own mentor, or your own, you see, I'm trying to explain this so that we all understand. You see, the Bible said the law was what you call schoolmaster. There's so many definitions of what they call schoolmaster. But he was a schoolmaster. He was supposed to take us to a school. Not only take us to a school. School us when we were at school. Hallelujah. So, but who is the trainer? He teaches. The Lord will teach you. But who will train you? Who will train you? You are without a trainer, oh my son. Look what happened to the sons of David who were without a trainer. They had teachers. No king's child is without good education. None of them. But not all of them are trained, because remember David says, I was beloved on my mother's eyes. You understand? My father trained me. He was so trained. Solomon, I mean, if you're a king, you have five children, you choose one who is supposed to succeed you. Not only is he schooled, but he's also trained. The best minds in your advisory board are supposed to train you. Hallelujah. Now that you are schooled so much, what is it that you don't know? I cannot debate with you enough. But do you have a trainer? Hallelujah. And it's only the trainer who will train your mind, who will train you to go beyond the facade. Most, even black people, I once read a book where they alleged that in the old temples, it was written that what they called dogs. In the Jewish sect, there were people who were called dogs, black people included. If you were a black man, you were a dog. You were supposed to go as far. You cannot go. You can only go as far as the money changer, sell your stuff and do this and do this and do that. Then there's the holy place. Hallelujah. And then there's the holy place. What I'm trying to get across to you is, in our singing, in our worship of God, it must not end in the second place. I mean, like you go when you stand worship. The music, it's in the holy place. There's a lot of crowd around. There are money changers busy changing and exchanging currencies, and then you go in the inner court. It's more quiet. Not everyone is there. Hallelujah. Only the elect, and every morning purged, cleansed are in there. Hallelujah. Then there's the most holy place, where not even those that are cleansed are selected go in there, but one. Hallelujah.
Amen.
We must understand that in our singing, if our singing is only in the facade, it only hits your body, you feel so good. There's nothing wrong with it. But your definition of church was brilliant. Can never be the same with the next person, because people can never be in the same level. Hallelujah. Then you take it a step further. It goes to the inner court where it's so quiet, where you hear the melodies as they are. But that should not end just there. It should take you to the innermost court. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Where now the worship is from the spirit. Where now you're no longer listening to the music. You're no longer looking, you don't even see. That's when you begin to, from the gushes, enjoy the music that's flowing from the spirit. Because remember, God has made his tabernacle in you. Hallelujah. You did not need another presence. Hallelujah. I'd like us to stand. With this was to lead us to this end. That when we sing, mind not what's happening. That line has been used so many times. Hence, when we go to service for worship, this theme of saying the worship team must sing for us, it's good, they lead us. But every believer should be able to sing to that level where their own spirit, he jumps out and expresses himself. Because the only problem is you are still trying to worship God with all that you know. That this is how they do it. This is how they did it. No, there is no method. As long as you can get to that point, whereas your spirit will express himself to God. Because remember, the Bible says even Jesus had to offer himself to the Holy Ghost. Are you going to do better? The words you are going to utter, are they going to be refined? And most of you like praying in English. Your English, even in writing, even in thinking, even in talking, is not as refined. Even in your own language, you will not speak to God so well. Even in the best language there is, you will never express yourself to God, but in your spirit. Where it's no longer even words that are coming out, it's because now it's no longer sounds that are required, but the essence that is supposed to be penned to God. Your words cannot be bent so much so. Hallelujah. Let's stand and we raise our hands. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus, there is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of the Lord. was singing. Your spirit can never express it the way he expresses himself. Hallelujah. Have you ever heard there's the apostolic churches? They don't sing the way we sing, but you find the move of the Holy Ghost. Hallelujah. Because it's in the expression of the Spirit. Hallelujah. I want you to get to that point. We'll sing once more. You sing. Hallelujah. Okay. Let's sing. Let's sing. Hallelujah. We all raise our hands. Personally, I think there's not enough learning one will ever do. Yes, we are all students of life. We learn till grave. In Spesile's book, he mentions that one would be foolish to think the doors of learning are closed or were ever opened or have to be opened. But the doors to learning were always opened. Hallelujah. Hence, some of the greatest writings were not written by people who went to the best universities. Hallelujah. The likes of, not to mention names, hallelujah. Use You see, the one thing I don't understand with the church, they never answer questions. You see, okay, to give you a fine story, we used to say, Masanane, people who are hungry must come see us. Not even one came. But you always hear stories, so is hungry. You understand? I don't know what your committee now is telling you, but I know they never get answers. So I'm not here with prime purpose to prophesy or give you that which the Lord is saying. But I want us to move out of where we are. You see, a lot of people say we are from Egypt. We are not. Fact of the matter is, Abraham has 2 sins. Hallelujah. If you belong to the other, there's no problem. Don't just say everybody belongs there. Hallelujah. I personally have a lot of controversy. I don't make controversy, but I just think what I say, you have to judge for yourself. In this I'm saying that I'm not here primarily to do anything nice, but I'm here with a lot of politics. Hallelujah. Number one, why don't you answer questions? Hallelujah. Because do you understand that the church will never get anywhere if we don't have questions answered? The very same thing that killed Ananias and Sapphira was answering questions. Though we understand there are other details in that matter, but he was asked the question, she was asked the question, what did she wrong answer? Repeated offenders are in the church because they never answer questions. We must understand that the Bible says gave apostles, gave this and this and this. He gave for the training. How are you going to be trained if your trainer knows not where you are? One of the ways to know where you are is by asking. Why do you think Jesus Christ asked a lot of questions? And in their answers, he gave explanation due. Because you can never go as deep. Hallelujah. If I were to go deep, now we're going to start a Bible discussion and to turn into Bible controversy and talks. Because when somebody is said to be going deep, in the definition that you are unraveling things that people have never heard or have heard, but they are still uncomfortable with. You understand? Because there is nothing I would say now that you have never heard. You've heard, but there's so much controversy that made you so uncomfortable, and you don't want to either accept it, learn it for yourself, or investigate to find out for yourself. Number one, you don't answer questions. Number two, you do not participate in church community. I'm not talking about putting instruments. Putting instruments is the least. You must understand, I did put instruments. It's very noble. It's a very good thing. But the participation in church, singing, we don't sing others. We all sing. Hallelujah. Because it's not. I want to get something across that you see, that's my, sorry, I'm with my nephew. Don't mind his height, he's way young, way young. Hallelujah. He's very smart, that guy. But from a very young age, when my brother taught us something, or when his uncle taught him something, it will either end in nature. He wanted to get the, to mean, you will smack him. You understand? He wanted to get a point across that it did not go through our heads. You understand? So, it's the same situation. I want to get something across that seems if I could, I was going to force. Hallelujah. I was going to force it in. First, it's because there has been for many years extended expose in studying, in teaching in the church. But where is the church today? Hallelujah. All that learning has gone void. Couldn't teach us almost every day, every minute, in groups everywhere. But we all learn. most of us learn, but are we all okay? 70%, just say 70% learns. Out of that 70%, how many are trained? Because they're not end there. All your learning will never profit you anything if it doesn't train you. All you know about the scriptures will never profit you anything if you are not trained in scriptures. Hallelujah. Because remember, Timothy knew scriptures from when he was young. Paul knew scriptures when he was young, but Paul instructed him that he got training from him. Timothy got training from me. Are you first teachable? Secondly, are you trainable? You are uneasy. There are so many people who have so many methods. Hallelujah. And in the church we have developed so many methods in efforts to try to get people out of learning stages to training. Hallelujah. Bible studies are not in their prime purpose for teaching you. When we're supposed to sit down and digest matters where A and B, C and D have no quarreling, even if they do, there's reconciliation in the scriptures. But if your matters are never reconciled in the scriptures, there's a problem. Hallelujah. Even if you hear something so uncomfortable, don't you see, there's a problem. When in anything you read or hear, even what I'm saying now, it makes you more confused. It's either it's my fault, it's your fault, the two are at fault. Either one of the two, or maybe both. You understand? As I told some other guy the other day, he said, you are so peculiar because you just told me that regardless of what they were saying, you are not confused and you're not shaken. It means your position, it's based on certain understanding. Hallelujah. Newton's laws remained, but some constants changed. It was 10 at some point, then they said, no, it's no longer 10, it's 9.81. Were the laws wrongly studied or what? Hallelujah. Amen. So in this, brethren, I don't want to open scriptures and cause a lot of confusion. I want us now, as a church, the only position where we can position ourselves in the spirit is by our own participation. Hallelujah. There's no better church. You see, I enjoy fellowship with most people, especially in a brotherly or sisterly setting. Because you will never know how much I learn from all of you. So, but the mentality that you have as people, if I was on the other side, I was going to be included. So in this case, I'm saying the mass of study. Hallelujah. The mindset that we have holds us back as a people. First, we have to be told things first before we engage in those things. First of all, praying for the sick. Who taught you that you have to lay hands? It's either somebody taught you or you saw it in the Bible. Hallelujah. But how many of you do it? If they were to say now there's someone sick, how many? So you have learned. Then what? You see, brothers and sisters, you will remain a victim so long you are not that active. That's proven. Hallelujah. In this, I'm trying to let you know that do it. If now someone here is to fall and say or cry out they are in pain, are you going to call the prophet where he is? Some of you, are you going to call Pongos? Who are you going to call? Yet you are here, believers. What? Okay, my point now is when you are training, what do you do? When you want to train in sports, running, what do? You don't train by videos. Yes, you can do that. That's called learning. Then you start to run. Some run 10 years. Usain Bolt, it's alleged that he started running at age 3. He was already a champion runner. Tell me, when did he become famous? At what age? So you who were told that by laying on of hands, men will be healed. You never do it. You have never, even in your own head, when you have a headache, you have never said, headache, stop in the name of Jesus. The most refined, you don't have to say, you headache, stop, you say, heal. Because why would you want, look, there's a difference. How can I? There's a difference when you say it's cold outside. There's a difference between when you stop the cold outside than when you run into a warmer place. It's either you say you headache heal, or you say heal. It's either you rebuke the headache. If the headache is afflicting you with pain, you rebuke it. When it leaves, you are free. Or you say heal. You understand? We can never teach people enough. But I'm saying to you, pray for somebody. But you are also held hostage by what we as people taught you. That if somebody doesn't fall this, if somebody does not fall that. Did Jesus ever mention any of those things? When those things happen, it is not to an end. It is not of any purpose for that matter. The Bible says Jesus took up children in his lap and put his hands on them. What did he do? Bless them. Did the children manifest and run? No. Look, there's a difference when you look through a glass. There is one lens. You see, those who have done photography, they will tell you there are different lenses. When you look with lens A, you see green. When you look with lens B, you see red. Hence, when I argue with you and say this is blue, you have no reason beyond what you have personally to say otherwise. Blue, argue. You have no other reason. Because if we were to take the same color, put it under a different light, it will turn blue. There's a specific color that will turn this color. All of us will see it blue. You understand what? Do you get what I'm trying to get to you? Hallelujah. You are told by reason of scriptures, by reason of prophecies, but you will remain shunning those who tell you for many reasons. One of those is you are untrainable. You are untrainable. When God says there's going to be there's going to be a great harvest. What's the opposite of famine? Abundance. What's it? Famine. Abundance. Let's just use the word abundance. When God says there's going to be abundance, hallelujah, He does not have to tell you that abundance will start when and end when. You have enough intelligence to judge that abundance has its starting, has its beginning, and has its end. The only sure for continuation, it's you. Hallelujah. The only sure continuation that the children of Israel in Egypt, or let's rather, Egypt was going to enjoy continuously the abundance the Lord gave was in their hands, full stop. The prophecy did come. Even if the prophecy was said every day, it remained in their hands. You get what I'm saying? It remained in their hands. If it was not for one man, that's why Pharaoh he said, there is no man who has enough wisdom to help us go through this. Hence, you have to be in charge. Rather, you will not be in charge of just the food department. You will be in charge of everything. You will be the prime minister. I will give you my ring. I will just be the pharaoh. But you will be the prime minister. Meaning is the second his word goes. Even the prince, when he says prince, you go left, he goes. Hallelujah. Amen. The Bible says it has been given power to those who believe. You have been taught and brought to the point of believing. It is up to us to go past that level. Hallelujah. In the church, let's read in the let's read in the book of Second Corinthians chapter 12 verse 2. So you can go, what's the time? Hallelujah. Okay, we have 20 minutes before we go. Hallelujah. I believe in 20 minutes we'll get enough across. Hallelujah. For the evening. You can read. Okay, let me read. Second Corinthians verse 2. It says, I knew a man in Christ about 14 years ago, whether in the body or I cannot tell, or whether in the body I cannot tell, God knoweth. Such one was caught up unto the third heaven. Now, let's read verse 4. It says, how that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words which it is not lawful for men to utter. Hallelujah. You see, it says there was a man, and when you study there, you will see he refers to himself. But the basis of our study today, it's not in Paul, or it's in what he's saying, that there was a man who was caught up in heaven. Hallelujah. And in his hearing, he heard words that were not lawful for men to utter. Hallelujah. What is it that could be so unlawful that if it was said, it's unlawful? Hallelujah. You find words like, say, for example, in John 3:3, where Jesus speaks and people they are offended. You find a lot of verses where when he speaks, people take offense. Hallelujah. He says, before Abraham was, I am. Hallelujah. That offends people. And the offense they took was not in the structuring of the words, was in the meaning. Hallelujah. You see, when prophecy is given to a person, what the meaning is will determine first your reaction and your future thereof. Many receive they are rejoicing when they receive. When, like say for example, when now you read a scripture, it says, God has given you all things that pertain to life and godliness. You just go past that scripture as if it was nothing. There is not that conviction. Hallelujah. But though, even Paul says, there are some things that if they were to be said, they are unlawful. Hallelujah. In the ministry of a Christian, there are things that now you wait, I tell you, but you could do it yourself, or you could tell to yourself. Hallelujah. You see, of the things they must do. They must train people. A pastor must train people. An apostle must train people. An evangelist must train people. A teacher must train people. Hallelujah. You want to wait until I tell you that, my sister, you're going to have this, and that. That's when you're going to rejoice. There is a greater level in your own discovery. If you were to listen, you see, sometimes I will sit and see people, when someone is preaching, they hear things you can discern from the spirit that this person is not hearing what is said. There is nothing wrong with that. You must understand that Paul was working with men, a band of men, going to kill Christians, prosecute Christians, but the Bible says there was a voice that spoke. Others said, thunder. It was a thundering voice, but Paul heard it in an audible voice that could be defined. You and I cannot hear the same thing. You understand? I'm saying to you, there is far greater in God than what you wallow in. There is a deeper level in God where if you were in boots, it's useless. You would be swimming in there. Hallelujah. And many of us as God's children, we are so lazy. We are so lazy. Look, I know praying short prayers or long prayers does not have any profit, like per se. But there's a huge difference. You cannot be praying for an hour or for 30 minutes for that matter, or for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, really praying where your spirit will not be inspired. Never. Look, you must now, for you must understand that the greater and the lesser is included in the greater. Which one do you choose? Which one? Look, there are I want us, when we pray with understanding. When we sing with understanding. When we come for prophetic service, we come with understanding. Hallelujah. Don't just come because we come for mere reasons that there is convocation for Christians, we go. No. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It must go beyond that reason, that earthly thinking. It must go beyond that. It must go beyond the outer court where all